First of all, I'd like to thank everybody here today for giving me this opportunity to come here and talk to you about this boathouse. Give you a little bit of my background. At the end of this month, I'll be with the fire department for 35 years, and all that's volunteer. And thank you. I've been a chief now for the last 2 years over there, and I'm going on 2.5, pushing that bit close. It's a lot of work, and it's gratifying. With that being said, we acquired a boat, probably 10 years ago, which was donated to us. And we've always housed it at our station. We've done a lot of rescues. The most recent one was around here in Grand Lake. Sorry to hear that individual had problems, but those are what we're out there for. And we're out there also to make sure the lake is safe. That's the reason why we got that boat, is to promote safety of the lake, which this organization is doing a very good job of doing that. It's been our dream to have a boathouse in those 10 years. Many years after some hard work, good planning, this thing's now becoming a reality. So thanks to the ODNR, this is made possible for us to do that. And we really appreciate working with ODNR and giving us the opportunity to do this. The boathouse is a big benefit to our community. I mean the community I'm talking about, the community of the Grand Lake watershed. The fire department's main goal for this building is to house the boathouse. It's the shortest response time if there is an emergency on the lake. Currently right now it's stored in the firehouse. We've got to hook to it, hold it someplace, ramp it, and get out to the rescue. With this boathouse, right now, then it's going to be just push a button, it's going to be lowered in the lake, and we're going to go on our way. Hopefully we can shorten our response time somewhere around 15 minutes. And everybody knows about the golden hour, they talk about that. And I don't want to waste 15 minutes or 25% of that if somebody actually really does need it. The boathouse is 30 by 36 building located at 5331 Lee Point Road, which is near the entry to the Wind Point. The reason for the size of this building is to store the boat as well as the trailers. And the boathouse approximately cost, we don't have the final numbers on that yet, but somewhere around $45,000. This money that we fronted up came from our operating expense, which cuts into our budget, and hoping maybe we can offset that through donations and stuff. Our operating budget comes from 1.5 million operating levy that the members, I should say residents of Franklin Township, have graciously kept us in money, and they back us, it seems like, with 100%. And I'd like to thank the citizens of Franklin Township for their continued effort in supporting us. The budget, that operating budget, if you just know what all comes out there, our turnout gear, our hoses, our radios, all that stuff, that would come out there, the fuel for our trucks, that all comes out of the operating budget. The fire department volunteer organization, currently we have 20 members in trying to get the community safe, cutting down on response time. Hopefully, make this a reality for future use. We believe, and I personally do believe that lake is going to come back thanks to this organization. I'm seeing signs of it now. And hopefully next weekend the bars will open. We'll see those out there. I know the lake's down right now, but I think we can do right card. So that is why we think the boat department is needing the boathouse, is that we think the lake's going to come back to where it was. And we're looking for donations from different civic groups. And if anybody personally wants to donate, we'll accept the donations as well. We are a 501c3 organization, and so in right off. I'm going to stay around here through the meeting. I just need to hear at the end that you do have questions and answers. I'll stick around. Anybody got any questions afterwards, I'll answer them. That's my ability. Again, I'd like to thank you for this opportunity, and thanks again for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Ron. He presented a presentation to us on Thursday night, and the executive board felt compelled to start that process out. And so, thanks to you folks for helping support what we do. We're going to present Ron with a check of $2,500 to get him started on the process.
No, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Here again, once again, thank you guys out there for making us the ability to do those kind of things. Without your support, we're nothing. We can present it, we can do it, but without your guys' support and money and backing, we can't do those kind of things. And those are really good things. That's what we should be doing. that's what we're involved in, and that's part of a lake improvement, and we're glad to do it. So next, Mr. Milt Miller, if you would like to give us a quick update on LRC. Good morning. I think it's actually raining. Mark the calendars on that one. Anyhow, Mark and Tim asked me to kind of give a mid-year recap, if you will, of where we're at with the LRC and some of our initiatives. So just take a few minutes, pretty direct and to the point. The alum treatment is near and dear to our hearts. We were told at the beginning of this year that the Ohio EPA was done. They were out of money to give us 2 years that we did have. They were robbing Peter to pay Paul, and Peter's screaming pretty loudly right now to get some of that money back. The LRC is working extremely hard in trying to find an alternative funding source. It is, as we always say, everything we do for the lake is scientifically based, and it's been third-party validated that the alum has made a difference, and we feel very strongly we need to have that in 013, and we're pushing pretty hard. Which I can tell you, we found a funding source, we haven't, of course, we're not giving up. Dredging, they're actively working, and I want to still Brian Slater, Tom Grado, and Brian have done an excellent job. We really have. Last year, as you know, they did over 270,000 cubic yards. So what's impressive about that is that in year priors, they were at the 40,000, 60,000 mark. And scientists have estimated that on an annual basis for erosion, about 140,000 cubic yards of into our lake. So, excuse me, the first time in my memory, we actually gained some that just came in. And to that point of kind of dredging, as you know, we piloted 7 collectors. We purchased 3 of them year 1 and put them in 3 different tributaries. Right science, strong location, they did not work. So immediately we started on a cause to get sold and our money recovered. We're working a stream-side system with the manufacturer and patent holder on those. We are in constant contact with them. 2 of them are going to go to the Cuyahoga River through the Port Authority of Cleveland. That's probably going to happen in a couple months. The third one looks like it's going to the Corps of Engineers with their Environmental Research and Development Center. I'm not really sure what location it's going to go to, but they will pilot some things. We took the pumps that operated those and we jerked those, and I've been in contact with the company to get most of our money back on those. What we're going to do with that money is fund the pumps then for the treatment train, which is one of our other initiatives. And we're in that bid phase right now for the draw line. We told you that we're going to draw water out of the Prairie Creek with a lift station parallel to 19 course to do the wetland system, and we pumps to do that. So we're using the pumps that drove the sediment collectors, sell those, take that money to buy pumps to make the draw line. One of our strategic plans was beneficial use of organic waste. I would invite you to meet Terry Mesher if you haven't. He said, no, we're going to be the table. Great guy. The bottom line is, Terry works closely with me from the ODNR working the watershed. And as you know, this is the year upcoming where the new manure rules come into play. Everybody had to do a nutrient management plan. And many of our farmers have used Ameren technology in that plan. And Ameren made the huge announcement that they were going to build a $12 million plant in 2019 and 127. They're short funds, bottom line. They're about $2 million short of the funding piece. And it's critical to us because, as we all know, calling the spade, we have too much manure and too little land. So we need an alternate source to take that to. So we're trying to help out Ameren find funding for that shortage. And it's just a key piece. Radiation circulation, you've all heard and know our air gauge story. 2 weeks ago, we've had one in the South North Shore we've been for the past 2 years. It's performed beautifully, and I check on periodically pretty regularly. And I noticed that the machine was running behind our Bushard's house, but there's no water movement, so we investigated. As you know, there's a master shaft needs to be turned, and they churn the water and aerate it, force it out. The older design, we bought those used way back then. The older design was those discs are just held off that shaft by a friction pressure. They're not pinned to the shaft. We don't know if the law got in there or what, but the shaft was turning and the disc around. So long story short is we've shut down for summer because the fix for that unit is to pin the disc, and the newer designs do this. They pin the disc to the shaft, and working over water is extremely difficult. It's already August, so we just shut it down. The other one's in place at the St. Mary's Boat Club, and it will be activated this week. We thought we were having it activated. We got some electrical problems that we had to investigate. You know about roughage removal. I think we're done with that. So, big PRPs. Interesting concept that came up. You know, we have said in our past presentations many times, based on the science, that roughage represent 90% of the fish in our body weight. And we've always honed in on carp. And I had a gentleman approach me saying, we know that rough fish are made of carp, sheep, and shad, but maybe there aren't a number of carp in our lake that think we are when we use that 90% because there isn't a ton of shad. And shad aren't as destructive as the carp are.
So he was challenging us, because we've always said that the rough fish removal piece was good economics, good PR, a lot of enthusiasm in the community. Maybe we weren't making really a dent because of how many out there. And he was challenging us, saying, maybe you are making a dent. So that jet he's seeing a lot of continues to grow. So that's my report, Marcus.
Thank you, Milt. And I'm sure if you have any questions for Milt, he'll be hanging around a little afterwards. So direct the questions to Milt on the LRC. Next up would be Milt Miller, ODNR, and he'll give us an update.
Morning, everybody. Keep this pretty short and sweet. I didn't have a lot to talk about today. First things first, I want to thank Ron for coming today. I walked fire with Ron for about 10 years. With Ron so most of you familiar with Ron's Firehouse. You know, these guys are all are volunteers. So appreciate the service to everything the lake providing to the lake users with that boat. So just a little joke thing here. The name of their boat, if nobody knows it, is Muskrat 1. So it's pretty cool. It's really fun when I can call them the two-way radio and the sheriff and everybody's listening for me to call Muskrat 1. So. But a lot of people don't realize what they do. You know, it's a lot more than just fighting fire. You know, they handle car accidents. You know, and also, like Ron mentioned, when the fireworks going on, you're all out there enjoying the fireworks. They're part of our safety perimeter. Undercover guys are part of the safety perimeter. If there is an incident late, you know, being a search and rescue or whatever, we call on them also. So I appreciate that, and thanks to the LA for helping the community move forward with that donation. So, well, thankfully we're getting a little bit of rain today, right? Help out our lake level a little bit. We checked this week, and we're 14 inches below now. So those little rains we've got here over the recent past haven't been a lot for us, but they've kept us close to where we were. So, it's raining today because, of course, there's a couple events going in the area today. Out at the County Sportsman's Club, they're having their annual sports NRA Youth Fest. And it's sponsored by the NRA and the County Sportsman's Club, which Milt Miller is a part of. How many kids do these usually get? Over 100 each time. Yeah, so I have over 100 kids now. I just went by and they were all hunting under 10 when they came down here. So, and of course, we got 127 garage sale on just different events. So, but we'll take rain. So, Milt talked about the rough fish. We did have a little bit of Christmas in July at the state park. We did finally got 3 new rough fish nets in, and so my guys who do the rough fishing are very excited. It was like Christmas for them in July to get those. So we'll have more nets out there, so we take and move that catch rate up in the pounds of fish that we're going to remove. So we'll get back into action. So the East Bank Dog Park should be moving forward. There's been a couple delays with the storms and things. Getting the fence installed, but we'll have, as I reported past, another dog park at the East Bank right there by Shelter 1. We're going to be doing some road repairs. Many that drive through the parks quite often, probably when you drive through Wind Point, you probably think, why doesn't Brian have these pothole things? We will be doing that here over the next month or so. Hopefully we'll get those completed. Some road repairs up West Bank and in our campground. So with these lower lake levels, I want to make sure that everybody remembers, because we haven't seen these in a while, as you go to pull your boat out to sea, particularly your pontoons, remember, the lower the lake gets, the further you got back down the launch ramp, be aware where the end of that launch ramp is, make sure that you don't back your trailer, off the end of the launch ramp, because most of the launch ramps go out so far, and there's a drop-off from everybody power load their boats, and so there's a drop-off there. So I did have one complaint on the new East Bank Marine launch ramp. A gentleman had a very large pontoon and had to back down further than usual and got off the end of that launch ramp and had some issues. But when we installed that new ramp, and anybody's been there, it's a steel ramp over top of the existing concrete. That steel is actually 4 foot longer than what the existing concrete was. So we actually made it longer than it was in the past. So, and we're going to mark that with some height so people know where it is. So just be aware of that as you're pulling boats out for the season. We will have, this will be good news to some of you, probably all of you. There will be an early goose season this year on the lake. Last several years, and it's just part of the way the regulations work. We did not hunt the east in the local area during what's called the early season. The early season, or what some people refer to as the nuisance season, will run September 1st to 15th, and people will be able to hunt those on lake and around the whole area. So just be aware of that. On Labor Day weekend, we will shut it off. It's been so long since we've had a look back in the records, but we'll shut it off. I think it's at noon. The hunters will have quit, so hopefully we won't have conflicts. So, but be aware. September 1st to 15th, you go out on the lake and you see, some plastic geese floating around in those areas because those guys are trying to get rid of those geese for you. So, the Grand Lake Rec Club, which nobody's here from today, Tom isn't here today. Tom Gottschall is usually in our meetings, and usually Tom Scheib, there's the South Park guys. They're part of the Grand Lake Rec Club, which used to be the Grand Lake Snow Dreamers, but they just donated 5 new solar powered lights. Those are lights like we mark Windy Point, some of the various points with. That club is an active club, the Grand Lake Rec Club. One of the recent things that they did for a fundraiser was a bicycle poker run. I don't know if anybody was involved with that or seen that. It was over on the south side of the lake, and I know you're going to do those. Again, I'm talking about in a couple of years, so well received. thanks to them for donating those lights. They actually were the ones that kicked that program off in 1999, and have kept us applied lights as they quit working. So the dredging mill touched on. If anybody's not seen it, take a ride down to Route 364 on the east end of the lake, and you'll get up close look at the new dredge Brutus. The high zinc colors there because just recently dredged into the first channel. There they call Slim, the autoline channel right off the 64. Then they spun around. Right now they're digging in towards the feeder there where we feed the primary canal at. Eagle saw over here Florida Creek. I just drove through the West Bank this morning. If you've never went up there and seen it, you can get a pretty up close look at that also. And the Pump Little is still working down in the Andersons or Mercantile Sportsman's Club area. So Tom sent me a note. He couldn't go this morning. He had to have a procedure done this morning, but he sent me a note that right now they're right at 110,000 cubic yards for the season. So that's got them on track. So once again, as we spoke about before, be careful, especially down the east end towards Otterline, Southmore Shores, around the Cane area, especially with the equipment coming up. When you see those round 18-inch orange balls, below that is that 12-inch dredge pipes. You know, it's supposed to be laying on bottom lake. Just be aware. When you see the orange balls, line through them up. I mean, you're crossing the pipe. So I recommend, especially with these lake levels, trim your motor up. Take your time. You know, actually, when we go across, you know, we'll typically get a little bit of energy going and we'll trim it up. You know, sometimes you'll shut it off. So just be aware that when you see those orange balls, that's what's there. So that'll, like I said, if the bar's still open, in particular, that'll be rusted. So, and once again, I know a lot of people are having water issues in your area. If you do have an issue in your area and you want to see about it being addressed, you know, get with Tom by. We prefer to have that in writing, and we'll check it out and get you on the list. We do have a 10-year dredge plan, so you know, it's not like it's not happening tomorrow. If we get you on that list, you can work to that plan. Remember, the key to that is you know, have a place to put that mud. So with that, just a couple last things real quick. I want to thank Kevin's in the audience today. Kim Pyle, Kevin, and Michelle Emrine did a great job putting on the Lake Fest again. Kevin and Michelle are the co-chair of that. I think everybody agrees the fireworks are some of the best we've ever seen if you want to see them. So great job, Kevin, for the work you did with that. Once again, you know, volunteers in the community. So with that, I'm just going to wrap up, say, you know, let's all have a safe and successful Barstool Open next weekend, and I will see you because I will be one of your judges. So I'll see you out there next weekend. All right.
Thank you, Brian. All right, moving right along here. A couple announcements here real quick. A couple months ago, Mark Griffin from Northwood Gardens addressed our group on the executive board about outdoor environment, getting cheaters away, that kind of thing. And Mark is over there. So Mark, so if you need anything from him, he's got a musical system called Mistaway. It makes the outside a little bit better to sit around. Suppose it gets rid of the mosquitoes and things like that. So Mark's here, and if you're interested, he'll be here after the meeting. So also.